Hello, everybody, and we have a brand new series here, and this is my face for Football Manager 2018. It's one of my favorite game series. I've been wanting to do a series on it for a long time, just never really got around to it, and had so many ideas that I wanted to try, but I've got what I want to do now, and with Football Manager 2018 coming out, I think it's brilliant. A lot of people have been, crapping on it, but I think it's fantastic. It's definitely a big improvement on all the years past. It's just, I enjoy it. Um, and so we will be doing a career save here with Football Manager 2018 now. For some of you, this might be a little bit confusing. I have a lot of American football content on my channel. My two favorite sports are American football and proper football, or soccer for my fellow Americans. This is soccer football, and we will be calling it football within this series, because that makes the most sense. And we will be doing a genuine career save, and what that means is I've created myself. I kind of hit randomize on the face until I got something reasonably similar to my face. But everything else is true. I'm 27, but we haven't hit my birthday in the game yet, so that's why it says 26. But other than that, pretty much everything is a-okay. Football Manager is one of my favorite game series. I've played it for years. It's a time sink, thousands of hours, and I still suck. So we'll get into that in a minute here, but we'll look at my manager attributes here. As you can see, I've started at the lowest. I've started unemployed, the lowest level, Sunday League player, which is real, because my extent of actually playing the game is amateur. I haven't actually played organized football in quite a while. No badges. You can see my reputation is the tiniest amount of that star is filled in. It's barely even worth filling in. No reputation to speak of. And yeah, so that's me. We're going to be going through this. I put pretty much all my points into adaptability. I threw one into motivating and one into tactical, but I'm probably going to be moving around to different clubs in the save, most likely. I'm probably going to get sacked. It's probably to be expected. As I said, I suck. I'm so bad. I played the game for years. I've had some success, but I'm not some of these other people who can bring, some team from the 20th tier of England all the way to the Champions League in, 20 seasons. You're not going to see that from me. It's going to be very different from what you usually see. And so when you come to watch my videos, it's not going to be for skill. Don't watch my videos if you're expecting skill. This is just about fun. And the best thing about Football Manager is the journey and all the stories that get created. I have so many great memories of past FM saves that weren't special because I had a lot of success, but because some random player came out of nowhere. I had like a 17-year-old midfielder who wasn't supposed to be that good, and he led the league in assists. It was just one of those weird things that happens. It's what's brilliant about this game. So we're here for the journey. It's the Misadventures in Football Manager 2018. That's the name of this series. Please join me on my misadventures. I don't ask for this. I don't show my face, but I will. For this series, I will, because Football Manager is a little bit different than the stuff that you usually see on my channel. So it's gonna be, it's a little bit more text intensive. There's not as much action going on all the time, and this is probably the least edited any episode's gonna be. I'm gonna cut out, some garbage and stuff that should get filtered out. But for this introductory episode, we're taking it a little bit easy. I want to explain stuff because a number of my viewers have not even heard of this game. So I want to make sure we get introduced. For those of you that are veterans like myself, just sit back and enjoy. I'm sure you'll be tearing your hair out in a little bit when you see my god-awful management skills, but that's what we're here for. So I've loaded a fair number of leagues. Some good ones across Europe. I also loaded a few kind of smaller European leagues. Brazil, some Asian leagues. I wanted to get some good variety and managed in some places I haven't done before. I've managed a lot of European. I managed in Iceland. I've done Scotland. England a number of times. But like I haven't ever done a South American team. I haven't ever managed in China. It's you don't see it. So um, we'll take a look here at these are the available jobs right now. You're looking at all the ones that say head coach. These are what I can apply for. Um, I won't be applying for this. This is a B team of uh, Deportivo de la Coruña. Also, I'm gonna butcher a lot of stuff. It's gonna get Americanized. I'd consider myself fairly cultured when it comes to pronunciations, but let's take a look. Icelandic is one of those languages that'll punch you in the face. Look at this name. Handnatal flag cup of Ogs. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take a look at a few jobs here. Excuse me. And since we're so low and we're pretty much an unknown manager, um, I'm not gonna be able to apply for the likes of Rangers or Everton or even these League One sides probably aren't gonna want me. Um, I'm gonna try and avoid England, but if I end up having to take one of these, National League South or North teams or whatever, it is what it is. We're ultimately trying to just get a job and get our foot in the door in the football manager world. Um, that's kind of the ideal situation. So I'm going to take a look at a few jobs. We'll kind of highlight, where we're at, and we'll start applying for some of these teams and seeing what happens. You never know. Okay, so I have applied for 4 jobs at the moment. These are going to be kind of our initial looks at employment jobs that I think we could be able to get here, and I don't, we should at least be considered for these jobs. They're pretty low on the totem pole. We should have a chance. So we'll take a brief look at the clubs here. Clyde, a League Two side in Scotland. If you're unfamiliar, that's the 4th division of Scottish football. So it's a bit ways down there. They are professional, which not all League Two sides in Scotland are. Some of them are semi-pro. As you can see, they've had a rough go of it in League Two. Recent times, they've been up and down a little bit. But last time, I mean, they were as high as second in the championship, going back 14 years, 13 years. But fallen on some tougher times here, Clyde has, but decent opportunity in Scotland there, so we'll take them into consideration. I threw in an application. Next up, we have the impossible to pronounce Icelandic team, HK. Thank God they abbreviated it. So that'd just be a mouthful to say every time. I wouldn't be able to do that. They're in the 2nd division of Iceland, and I managed in Iceland in FM15 and had a blast. It was not this team, but they're professional, which is very helpful. As recently as 2013, they were down in the 3rd division, getting promoted. Now I've kind of consolidated in the one Deald Karla, aka the Icelandic 2nd division. So one thing I noticed about this club is they've actually got some good facilities, which for kind of lower level clubs isn't too common. Clyde have very basic facilities, but I mean, you see great training facilities, great youth facilities, well-established youth recruitment. I mean, it's definitely a lot of Icelandic teams are piling on. They've really put a lot into their development, so that's not surprising. But for a club that's not super huge, I mean, HK would be very solid with those facilities. I can't look at any of the players' stats because my manager has zero knowledge of anything, so I can't really tell you about the players, but that's not important right now. I did apply for one English club, took my pick, and it's Bognor Registown. Just got promoted from the Bostik League Premier Division. They've been kind of dwelling, they were down in the 8th English League, 8th Division, whatever that's supposed to be. Honestly, these lower tiers I'm not totally familiar with, so bear with me. But they've just been promoted. The last time they were at this level was 2009 when they got relegated. So they're back up into the National League South. Could be interesting to try and keep them afloat and see what we can do from there. Last but not least, we have Mersin İdman they're a Turkish 2-league team, also known as the Turkish 3rd Division. I know the numbering makes a lot of sense, but they've got the Super League, then the 1 League, then the 2 League, so it's weird, but it's not any different really than a lot of places. Decent sized squad, professional outfit, 2.5 stars, so it might be a bit of a stretch as far as reputation goes, but they look like they've been kind of struggling, relegated, and then looks like almost relegated last season. So they will be, or wait, no, back-to-back relegations. Never mind, I'm sorry, I read that wrong. When you have the dots that are red for relegation, but they also have red for their colors, that's confusing. So they've been double relegated. They're looking for some improved times. So I'm going to cut the episode off here. This was mostly just introduction and kind of get the ball rolling. Next time we'll take a look, see if we get any hits on our job offers, and if not, we'll throw some more out. Otherwise, we will be finding a club to manage to get this thing started. I'll see you all next time.